going on, everybody? 505 interview series kicking off the last show of the year. Man, I gotta say, been a great year. I'm happy to have the next month off. And of course, with my guests kind of canceling last second on me tonight, I'm glad that I found two people who wanted to come on and hang out with us for a little bit and have some conversations. Maybe some people that you know and that you've seen out there. Of course, they have both been on the program before. One a little bit longer than the other, but I'm happy to have them both on. But before we get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, please. It does help out. It's free. You get all this great content for the free out there. So please, like, subscribe, comment, please help out. And of course, remember, please support my advertisers, sponsors, and preferred retail partners. They help continue to keep a lot of this programming going on the show that you know and love. And your support goes a long way, whether you're looking for cigars, whether you're looking for accessories, I got you covered. Use the exclusive promo codes that are only available to my viewers out there to save yourself some coinage. I do have pinned in the comment section my link tree that will take you there, as well as down in the description. So let's bring on my guests tonight. We have the one and only from the Bakersfield gentleman, Miguel Rodriguez, and my work wife, the beautiful, the lovely, the one, the only, Mechelle Murkison with Cigars with Them. Yay!
Hey,
Welcome to both of you.
how are you doing?
I am great. Thank you so much. All
Good.
right. Well, good. Well, I will hand it over to you guys to introduce yourselves for maybe a crowd of people who don't quite know who you both are. They should. You both are big time people out there in the industry. And they should know, but just in case somebody watching may be new to the cigar world and doesn't know, I'll hand it over to both of you. Mechelle, I'll hand it to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Murkison. I am Cigars with M. If you have seen me on social media, this is me in the flesh. I own Cigars with M, which is a cigar education company. I curate cigar education experiences in person for consumers, as well as for private and corporate events. And then I also have a show called Cigars with M. We're at 178 episodes now. And I am a huge lover of the cigars that we smoke. And Danny is my work husband, always has been, always will be.
Oh, buddy, you're muted. Jenny.
I muted myself. There we go. Miguel, I'll hand it over to you.
Hey, thank you for having me. By the way, Miguel Rodriguez here for the Bakersfield gentleman. I've been doing this. It is coming on 9 years next PCA, so I'm very excited to be here right now. This is why I do this. I come to hang out with good people, smoke good cigars, and I don't drink that often, but I wanted one tonight. I'm over at 17th Street Cigar Company, where I currently work. Wonderful spot here in Bakersfield, California, hence the name, the Bakersfield Gentleman. So only one of those words in that sentence is actually a lie. I am in Bakersfield. But other than that, I'm having myself Julius Caesar with an 805. I'm just ready for a good night with you guys. I'm very happy to be here right now.
Very good. Well, glad to have you both on. I wanted to start off here with my question, and it was big news that broke late last week on there about the Boutique Cigar Association and the BCA folding. And I wanted to get your guys' take. Is it something that you anticipated was going to happen, thought was going to happen? Good, bad? What do you think? So who wants to take that question first? I'll hand it over to you.
I guess I could go first.
Okay.
Honestly, was super surprised that it actually happened. The boutique cigar industry as a whole is always been Danny's baby. And it is a special place in all of our hearts. And the fact that their association is now dissolved is really sad, just because we all need everybody, like everybody in the industry, to continue to push the culture forward. So it is sad that an organization is going to be dissolved and that they won't have someone to kind of like go to. Of course, we have PCA and CRA, which doing a wonderful job with being able to fight for us and our rights to be able to smoke within the United States, as well as internationally. So, it's definitely sad that there's one pillar of the industry that is gone. But I think overall, the boutique companies, they will have the ability to kind of, hopefully they will gravitate more towards each other, and they'll make decisions to be like, okay, so maybe now we don't have an association, but maybe we need to start getting to know each other even more and having more conversation. So yeah, that's my thought on it.
Okay, excellent. Miguel?
Yeah, definitely some solid points there. And yeah, I'm very excited to see it go. I was not expecting that either. I love the concept. I love seeing that floor plan at PCA and seeing everyone together like that. It looked like a very united front. But if things weren't going the way they had, I mean, I understand having to do something like that. It's never fun. It's not what we want. But hopefully, everyone learned something from it, and it's going to lead to other things that continue on to push the industry. But at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We want to move forward. We want to sell more cigars. The adage, or the I guess it's called an adage, whatever you call those. The metaphor of the tide rises all ships is what we're hoping for. So if one of us does well, we can all do well. And hopefully, just because this is a step back does not mean it doesn't leave room to run forward. There is plenty of opportunity to see everybody who is a part of it succeed still. And I don't want to go into like what happened. Like, oh, this is there's a lot of people posting like on Facebook their reasons behind it. But whatever the reasons are, I just hope that it leads to something better in the future.
Yeah, I gotta say it's not something I'm shocked by. I've been one of the biggest vocal opponents of the BCA. And that's primarily because of who's in charge. I thought that for an organization that should be working hand in hand with the small brands, the boutique brands, with retail partners and retail shops out there, it was a great organization. However, it became quite clear, and especially to me at PCA 2023 in the boutique pavilion out there, that this was a one man show, and that show was about one man, one brand, because they do a terrible job in their marketing. They do a terrible job in advertising and education and consumer relations and retail relations, because ultimately this organization was supposed to be about the brands and the retail shops working hand in hand with the other big lobbying organizations out there. And, I took a lot of heat from my comments about what I saw and my personal experience out there. And I stand by those comments I made. I know I was really the only media partner out there that was willing to speak up and say, this is what I saw. A lot of brands invested a lot of time and money into the BCA as well as into the BCA pavilion that year. And it was a lot of false promises that were made and a lot of excuses that were made on why these things didn't happen. So I'm not shocked. I'm sad. I'm sad that really the small guys don't have that organization out there anymore that can lobby directly for them and help these newer and brands that are up and coming brands get a foot in the door. I'm sad about that. But ultimately, I think that with especially the change with the PCA over the last 2 years, I think that the PCA has really embraced that small brand and boutique culture out there. So I think that they're going to continue to be that organization, even though they're geared towards one of the big guys out there. I still think that they see the value with the small guys. So
Yeah, I
that's my
definitely
take.
think I definitely think the PCA is doing a great job with including the boutique brands. I was working on content specifically for new exhibitors this year at PCA, and I think that they did a wonderful job trying to promote. I did a lot of pictures and content centered around the smaller brands as well. So I definitely think that it's leading in the right direction, which is important. I think like with anything, we need to take time to really just kind of strategize on what's the best way to promote everybody. But I really think that we're moving in the right direction.
Yes.
I have to agree with Ash in the comments there. I think the PCA, their job is not to promote any brands. That's not the job of them. They're not a marketing department with the companies. It is supposed to help us fight things like the huge loss we have here in California with the ETL laws. I had to call a bunch of companies just to ask, hey, are you guys going to go along with this? And it's really disheartening to see how many aren't going to do it. And there's plenty of good reasons to not, and there's plenty of reasons to play ball, but it shouldn't have gotten to this point to begin with.
Hmm.
Things that happen in California and on the East Coast, they spread to the rest of the country, and we're going to see some really bad dominoes falling if we continue to let things like this happen.
Yeah.
BCA being a representative for smaller voices makes sense to me if it was done correctly. Danny, you're absolutely right. Like it could have been done much better. But PCA doesn't need to promote brands. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing here. That's what brands have to do for themselves. That's why we have reps driving across the country, 45, 48 weeks out of the year, spreading the word. Their job is to make sure things like the flavor bans and the unflavored tobacco lists and the age restrictions and banning cities doesn't come to pass, or do our best at least. Obviously, they're not going to win every fight we throw at them. That's not a fair expectation. But these larger things cannot continue to happen, or else we don't get to do things like this.
Hmm.
There are cities here in California you cannot smoke in your own home, let alone going to a lounge. It is ridiculous. But that's just being an angry Californian right now who smokes cigars. And there's so many of us who do love the culture. They want to support. They want to go to the lounges. But when taxes are so high, when they can't get the things you want, when you can't ship them in even, it really does take a lot of wind out of your sails. It is very disheartening. But I mean, I wish I had better solutions other than we need to do more. But more comes in so many different forms. That's
Yeah.
not really helping if I say that. So I just feel like at this moment I'm spitting fumes and not coming up with solutions. So I can't really blame them for something that I couldn't solve, even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
No,
The other thing I
but
will say is, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just going to tack on that. Yes, with that California, unflavored tobacco law out there, that directly affects the small brands far more than the big brands. The big brands can they can justify a lot of that and eat a lot of that cost. And again, ultimately that gets passed down to you as the consumer in that cost increase. But for
Hmm.
the smaller brands, and I've talked to many since that law came out who just said, look, I only have a couple shops in California. It's just not worth it for me to invest that kind of money into it, to do it. And it shouldn't be like that at all. It shouldn't. That's where somebody like a BCA should be standing up, should be in lobbying within that California legislation out there. Why do you want to pass this? What is this going to accomplish? Do you know the ramifications on small businesses that this has? The loss of and now on that, a massive loss in tax revenue that you rely on from just not the tobacco industry but the cigar industry as well. By doing this, you're shooting yourself in the foot. If this is ultimately trying to ban tobacco, then just say that. But you're hurting a lot of people out there that rely on it within the industry in California. And again, that's another ball dropper from the BCA. This is what they should be doing, is advocating for those small brands that are now going, it's just not worth it. Yeah. So Joe, yeah, I'm not going to go as far as to say they dropped the ball on this, but I think that they didn't do a good job in their in getting that word out, and they definitely didn't do a good job in lobbying. I
Mm,
didn't really see
I
a
don't
whole.
know.
I didn't see a whole lot of them in Sacramento there
Mm,
lobbying legislators on this, but they did put out a lot of information, and they did give a lot of that was out there for people
yeah,
to read on.
I don't know if I agree with that. Because the PCA has been working on California for over a year. Like they've known about this UTL law. Like all the manufacturers have known about it for over a year. So it's like it's not like something new. It just spiraled. So it's like I know that with Cigar Action or yeah, cigaraction.com or .org, I'm sorry, is where you can see like all of your state problems that basically are like bills or things that are like starting to kind of fester in terms of the cigar industry. And I feel like, I mean, maybe just because I live here and I'm able to also like see the things a little bit more. But yeah, I've talked to some manufacturers, like they've known about this for over a year. So it's like just kind of been the ball has been rolling, and there are people who have bigger money that are trying to not allow people in California to smoke. So I don't know if I would say I would blame the CRA and PCA, only because I know that they've been working on this for a long time, just because you've been able to see it on Cigar Action. And I don't think that it became big news in terms of like on Half Wheel or some of these other like Cigar Aficionado, in terms of like media outlets being able to say it. But yeah, people have known about this for over a year. So this is just new for consumers or people, media people who are putting it out.
That's
Miguel?
very fair. And Ash, like you said, they filed the opposition late, and it was leaked. And this goes back a little further than this topic, but I don't think we've done a very good job in California in general. Like when they did the proposition to raise the smoking age from 18 to 21, it was about the time I got into the industry, and the only thing that we did was put it on baggies saying, "Hey, don't vote for this." That was
Mm,
the jux of the entire campaign to fight back. It's
yeah.
not
Well,
enough.
it's also
Yeah.
too like different leadership does different things. So like when we had the transition, I'm not sure what the particular um specific roles that they had at the time, and I'm not sure what their particular things were in terms of what their focus points were, because a lot of places in this a lot of the states were trying to get tax caps, which is like super big. Not saying that, the California UTL is not very important, but like getting a tax cap for 15 states versus one, it's just like there's 50 states, and all 50 states are doing a bunch of different things. Um and I just think for me as a consumer, um and also with me being someone who's in the industry, I get to see the work that's being done because I'm constantly doing research all the time. I'm constantly watching Cigar Action, which is what I'm supposed to be looking at, because as a consumer, how can I sign up to say no to this? How can I send an email to my senator or congressperson? I've actually been on Capitol Hill more than once. So being able to actually go there and talk to them about why it's important for them to not vote against what we're trying to do. Like, we're non-problematic. We don't bother anybody. We're not in an industry that is focused on, hey, I don't want to sell to we don't want to sell to kids. That's not our vibe. That's not where we are. Are mainly focused on selling to people who are adults who can actually indulge in support. So yeah, I mean, honestly, like this is a huge problem, but I think that what they have done so far is helpful. Because if they didn't do anything, then we would be in an even bigger problem than we are right now. So I think just us as consumers, we really need to focus on how we can, get more people in the industry. How can we get people to buy more cigars? How can we get more people to focus on the positive thing of us being able to have organizations that at least are doing something, because something is better than nothing for sure.
Well, you know, I also think that places like California, Illinois, New York have become lost causes in that fight, where it's a lot of money being invested in on a fight that's ultimately going to lose regardless. And
Mm,
you have to look at where those resources go and where you put a lot of that resources. And I think, as much as I hate to say it, they are lost causes. I just don't think that you're going to see it get any better, and you're going to see those states like Illinois and Minnesota and New York move probably in the same direction with as California, because they led
mm,
the way in this. But also, it also set the groundwork work for what you need to do within a fight as well. So maybe there is hope in saving it, maybe not. I don't know.
yeah.
But I
I
would much
always think
rather
there's
see
hope.
those resources utilized in other places where you actually have a chance at a fair fight.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be very careful. Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say that I think that definitely that's important. But the thing that we have to remember outside of our organizations is that there are people who are in the city, working for the state that we need to really focus on. Like, those are the people that we need to focus on to get on our side. And it doesn't just take our organizations, it takes us as consumers to be communicating with our senators and congresspeople and city council. Like, those are so important. So, like, I'm not, trying to tell y'all what to do, but like, if you aren't reaching out to your senator, and you aren't reaching out to your congressperson or your city council person, and they don't know you and they don't know what you do and how you operate within the industry, then there's some work that needs to be done. Like, we can't only depend on the organizations to do the work. We can depend on them to do the high level work, but we need to be like boots on the ground talking to these folks, because they are the people that we see every day. They're the people that we operate. They're the people that we vote in office, or that we make decisions make decisions with. So I would just say, for all those people who are on these comments talking about the UTL, who are talking about, all the different things that these organizations are doing, I challenge you to reflect on what you are doing as a cigar smoker in general, because if you're not helping, then you're hurting, and not doing anything is going to not help the situation. That's just my take on it.
Sure.
Yeah, very fair. Yeah, it's there is plenty to be done on an individual level. That's absolutely true. But I would not write off those states as complete losses, because once you do that, like I said, when the West Coast and East Coast decide to implement something, it will slowly trickle to the rest of the state. And you might think
Right.
it's safe now, but even places like Texas are having places that are banning certain things or changing laws. And we don't get things back. They're
Yeah.
never going to give you these rights back. It's not going to go reverse. So once
Yeah.
you start letting those dominoes fall, the rest is going to fall.
Well,
I
the other
mean, you
thing
don't
I'll
see
say
prices get
too,
lowered.
yeah. But the other thing I'll say too is the positive thing about all of this is that right now at 9:24 on the East Coast, we can smoke. And so that is important. You can smoke when you're in California. You can smoke when you're in Wyoming. So I would just say, let's try to focus on the positive route of us being able to smoke at the current moment, and smoke until we can't smoke no more. At this point, like, all of us have hundreds of cigars at home. I know I got 8 humidors. Danny's probably got 12 or 15. And then Miguel, you probably have, like, you have a whole humidor at home, and then you have a humidor at work. So smoke all your cigars. Smoke them all.
Oh, I have
Well,
6,000 cigars right now, I think. A little
Yeah,
bit
I
more.
believe it. I believe it.
It's yeah, I don't intend to stop anytime soon. And if they tell me I
Yeah.
can't, I'm probably just gonna keep doing it anyway. It's what it
Yeah.
is.
What do you
But
like to smoke?
a little bit of everything. I don't think like
Yeah.
today it was Julius Caesar, just because I do love them. I've got a Dunbarton sitting on deck here. Um, gosh, Founders, little bit of Roma Craft when I can find it. It's a little more hard to find in my area because I do try to buy
Yeah.
some locally.
That's
A lot of
good.
Dominican tobacco. It just
Okay.
depends on the mood too, because there's not a
Yeah.
cigar I look at, I'm like, I don't like that. I
No,
usually find something
absolutely.
I like. Yeah.
For sure. The thing I'll tell you, I'll ask you too is, do you find yourself smoking a certain country over the other?
Honestly, probably Dominican tobacco more than anything. And that's not even just because it's my favorite, just because a lot of the companies from there I do appreciate. Like Artista is one of my favorite people. Sinistro does a lot of Dominican. But there's nothing wrong with like Casa 1910, a wonderful all Mexican tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, do love it. My gosh, all four regions in Nicaragua. There's just so much good stuff out there.
Yeah, there
It's
is for
no
sure.
different than like whiskey or tequila or beer. I don't
Yeah.
want to be one spot. It's all
No,
nice.
absolutely. Danny, what country do you find yourself mostly smoking with? Like
Nicaragua.
Dominican, Nicaraguan?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua,
Nicaragua is
okay.
about, for me personally, when I'm smoking, it is probably about 75% Nicaragua is what
Okay.
I choose to smoke when it's just me for me, and I'm not doing any content or anything. Yeah, that's just me. I love Nicaraguan tobacco. It's my favorite. I love the flavors. Every region has the flavor profile is completely
Mm-hmm.
different. Even in the same exact tobacco, it's just phenomenal, and they do such an amazing job out there. So yeah, I'd say it's about 75% Nicaragua.
Okay. And so since we're getting to the end of the year, what is everybody's number one cigar of the year so far? Because it might change. What's your number one cigar of the year so far?
I can't tell you that. You'll have to wait till the last Monday in
Okay, well,
December.
what's a couple cigars that you like? Just you don't have to name one, but what's a couple? Name three that's in the
Tiki Momo's
running.
The Patriot was really nice. I'm not gonna say it's my number, but this is definitely like just ones that I smoked a lot.
A few.
The Roosevelt from Founders, excuse me.
Okay. Love Founders. They're amazing.
Wonderful guys, wonderful
Yeah, I
cigars.
love them.
Oh, so good. The Feathered Serpent is still my favorite Candela of all time, over
Okay.
from Apostate. The Frecky from Family by Loyalty, cannot get enough of
Yes.
that.
Love Family by
Anything-
Loyalty.
Anything dapper, even though Ian's, he's stuck in his pre-embargo Cuban style rolling, which
Yes.
ask him about that because he loves talking about that.
I'm gonna see him next week, so I'm gonna ask him.
Please bring it up. He's going to love it. And the Mr. Sinistro from Sinistro, I mentioned them earlier. I really like that a lot. There's again, like I can't say too much because I'm putting the list out the first week of January, but there's so much good. So much
Okay,
good.
Danny, what about you? What's your, I guess, name 3 or 4 that are kind of runners up for number 1?
Well, I'll throw a couple out there that I've thoroughly enjoyed this year that may or may not be in the list, but the Machinist from Luciano.
Yes, love Lucci.
Just phenomenal. It's just, it's so good. Midnight from Artesia is another one that I don't know, it just makes my mouth's watering now thinking about that cigar.
Is it Jewel Bucket?
Is it? Yeah, it definitely gets the drool bucket going. Mr. Punch's Wiener from Punch was really good. It's a reversible cigar. Both sides were definitely completely different and very good. The Project Broadleaf from Cavalier.
Love Sebastian.
Was phenomenal out there. The Jaguar from El Mago was amazing as well. So those are just a few, and of course the day shift, night shift there, was great too from Sanj Patel and Eladio Diaz.
Eladio never misses. He never misses at all. Like, I don't know what's in his hands, but he never misses. He never misses at all.
Yeah, that I've had. Look, it is I probably smoke close to 1,000 cigars a year, and to narrow
Mhm.
that list down to 10, it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And I have my notes and I go
I
through and
only
how
do
many.
three. I only do top three. That's it. That's all I do, top three.
So I'm out there. I'm really trying to get I try to put my palette out there and expand. And this was really the first year where a legacy brand like Punch really blew me away with Mr. Punch's Wiener. Where I was like, dang, that's a legacy stick that I really liked. I really liked it out there.
That's big for you.
Yeah,
Because you
I
like.
it was something that was different out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked it. Yes, yes, of course. Miguel and I on one show.
Yes.
You don't get
No,
to sit. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, we like to make magic happen.
Yeah.
and I appreciate it. And I am so sorry though, guys. I'm gonna have to dip out in a minute. But Michelle, before I go though, okay, but you only do three, so I don't want to ask you that question because I don't want to spoil
Well, I
anything.
can give
But
you a few that are running up.
please, yeah, I just want to
I
hear a
can
couple,
give you
just a couple, yeah.
a few. Yeah, yeah, a few. Okay, so Aladino's Cameroon Lancero. Such a classic. Classic. Okay. The Lancero has been so addictive just this year. Like, I mean, I was smoking it before, but like it's just been time and time again, I'm like, this
Mm.
cigar never gets old. So that the My Father Blue, whoo baby. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, that's all I gotta say about that. And then the Davidoff Special R, which I'm
Okay.
actually smoking right now. So yes. Um I don't know. Like I haven't, to my knowledge, I have not met a soul this year that has said to me that they did not like the My Father Blue. I had
I,
it in three different sizes.
I haven't
Okay.
had it.
You haven't had it? Oh my God. You are totally missing out. I have had it 15 times since it came out in June.
Oh yeah.
15.
There you
And
go. Yeah. Joe
I have
Joe
eight
Joe
of
says he
them.
Joe says he's not a fan of
I
the
mean, that's
blue.
okay. That's okay. That's
All
more for us
right.
to smoke. That's more for us to
I
smoke.
look. I've seen it at the shop.
Um,
It, I
that's
just,
more for us to smoke. But I will say that, yeah, yeah, those are the three that I can name that are in runners up. I can't tell you where they are. I can't even tell you if they're in the top three, but there are three cigars that I have smoked quite a bit. Yeah, that's that. I'm trying to figure out Coulter 25. Ask, have you had the specialty? Are you referring to the Davidoff specialty?
Miguel, my brother. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a little bit tonight, man. I appreciate it. And
I wish I could stay longer, but I'm actually I got to take care of some stuff. If you are in California on Saturday, my last day here at the wonderful uh, 17th Street Cigar Bar will be this Saturday. I moved to
Oh,
Washington on the 6th to go
oh,
pursue my
okay.
dance career finally. So I will
Oh,
start
that's
becoming more of
great.
that.
Safe
And
travels and
luckily,
congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, go visit me up when you get up there. If you guys have a chance, I will be over at Sacred Smokes working for Jeremy at his lounge. So I'm very excited about that. But thank
That's
you guys so much for
good.
talking with me. I miss you already, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right?
yes, sir. We'll
Yeah.
see you later, Miguel. Thank you so much, brother.
Have a good night.
You too, guys. Be safe.
Is that yeah? Chris said yes to the Davidoff.
So no, I haven't had this specialty. If you have one, you are more than welcome to send me one. I'm happy to accept a cigar from you.
Chris, I don't know, Chris. Do you have photos with that cigar with the chickens? We need to know. That's on there. Of course, and I saw the great Art Garcia from Tabacalera Segovia in the chat. Of course, he does make the SP 1014 silver out of his factory there for San.
Okay, cool.
So
Wonderful.
good to see Art there, and of course, his brand is phenomenal. He makes oh
Good
oh
cigars.
oh yes.
Drill bucket for sure.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
everything Art makes right here, man.
Yeah.
Art makes just his stuff is just so good.
That's good. That's good indeed.
Let's see, Chris.
So
The
Danny.
specialty and the late hour are their favorite.
Okay,
I do
cool.
enjoy the late hour. The
The
late
late
hour
hour
is
is good. It is a classic for sure. So Danny, I have a question. Out of all of the experiences that you've had this year in the cigar industry, what would you say is your favorite?
oh geez.
I mean, all of your shows, going to PCA, going to Rocky Mountain, going to all these other cigar events, just your
I
whole
gotta say
cigar career this
my
year.
favorite thing has been working with brands on stuff that they're putting out. That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing. That I really like that the most. Getting to work on the cigars, whether it be right from the beginning or anywhere through their process, I think is been my favorite thing that I've been doing the last couple of years. I really love that. I really love seeing going into a humid lounge and seeing a cigar that's out there. It's like, yeah,
I worked on that.
I
Yeah.
had input on that. Yeah.
That's good. I love that for you.
Chris
So,
says he's got 3 or 4 left. He'll save you one.
please send me one. Send me one. If you could send me a DM, I'm happy to send you my PO box so you can send it to me because I would love to try it. Um.
We're gonna bring
So
somebody else on right now too. So go ahead and keep
okay,
talking. But we
good.
got the man himself, Mr. Art Garcia. Oh,
What
the
up? What
legend.
Hey,
up?
how you
How
doing?
are you? Every
Good.
day above the ground's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is above
Are
ground, right?
you
And
down in
breathing.
Nicaragua?
Greetings from the factory in Esteli.
Yeah.
Okay, Esteli, I see you.
It's good to see you, Art.
Good to see you, my brother. How's life treating you all?
It's
Good.
it's going well, man.
Amen.
Fantastic. I mean, can't you tell my skin is glistening?
You're looking beautiful, girl. what
Thank you.
So what's
up, what
going on, Art?
up? What was going down? Right here, testing cigars, smoking, you know what I mean? Much love, my brother Art. Hey, much love to you too, brother.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
what you guys up to? So, let me catch up a little bit. So you work for a cigar brand.
Me? No, I
Yeah.
own a cigar education company.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Educate
have
me.
a I have a show on social media called Cigars with M. And I
Nice.
have 100, thank you. I have 178 episodes out right now on 7 platforms. And then I
Whoa.
curate, yeah, curate cigar education experiences for private and corporate organizations and consumers.
Well, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you came
Sure.
to a factory?
The last time I was in a factory, I was in a factory in February. I was in
Where'd you go?
Honduras. I went to Aladino. It was an
Cool.
incredible experience.
Ah, there you go. What you
Yes,
learn?
let me tell you, Julio stole my heart. Okay, that man has my
Well, be
heart
careful
forever.
now. Be
Let
careful
me
what you're
tell
doing,
you.
people.
Okay,
They're my
that's my
boys, but be careful.
baby. That's my baby. Okay.
You were down the street from Esteli. Why didn't you come here?
You know, I was there doing content, working. I was learning a lot, but it was an incredible experience. I wish I was able to go to Esteli at some point. I want to get to Esteli next year. Don't know
You were
when,
only
but
a couple hours
we gonna get
away.
there. Say it
You
again.
were a couple hours away. I could have picked you up
You could
in the border
have.
over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Absolutely.
Next time
So
for
what was
sure.
your what was your biggest? Oh, she left. Where'd she go?
She's here. There we go.
Oh, I'm here.
There you go. What was your biggest take
I would say
being
the
alive in the factory?
the well, I mean, this the thing is like for me, I've been to many factories, but I would say Aladino's was very special because just seeing Julio in his element, like, reading about him, like talking to his family, talking to people who've met him before, but like actually being in the element, walking and talking with Julio in the factory and in the fields is like a different experience. He truly is a treasure, and the amount of inventions that he has in his factory is just It's just crazy
Tell me,
being a
tell
part of
me
the
about it.
process.
What did he invent it?
So, I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure you probably have seen it before, but it's a machine. It's a circle machine that has the tobacco leaves around it. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah, but I don't think he invented that.
Well, I mean, not invented, like fully built from the ground up, but I mean, in the
Got
sense
it.
of like
There you go.
he was one of the first to have one of the machines, though.
So it's not a machine. Maybe we're confusing things here. So it's a big room, and it's
Mm-hmm.
full of the climate. It's under control. It's with a
Right.
lot of humidity, right? So what happened
Mm-hmm.
is that when they cut the tobacco from the farms,
Right.
and what they do, but this particular machine, it's like a big monster machine. It's not. It's to dry wrapper leaf. So
Right.
basically, all the wrapper that they grow either in Nicaragua, Ecuador, Mexico, or even
Mm-hmm.
Honduras, what they do is they put the wrapper on this leaf and they rotate it around like this under a climate with humidity. So what's going to
Right.
happen is it's going to help the wrapper. It's going to help it turn into the color they want. Like if they want a darker brown color, a lighter brown color. So basically, that's what that is. It's to help process the tobacco faster for wrapper.
Right.
Is
Agree.
that the same machine we're talking about?
So it almost looks like a bingo wheel,
Right, right,
but the
right.
outside of it is where the tobacco leaves are at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thing. But anyway, so for me, I just the entire experience of just being in Honduras, like the people, the love for
Yeah.
the folks in the
Beautiful.
industry, it was just incredible experience. I cannot wait to go back next year.
Let me
Um,
ask you a question. How long did you last inside that room?
I think it was a couple minutes because it was. I mean, it was definitely. I actually could show the video. But I lasted for a couple minutes, but my eyes were like getting
Yeah, the,
low.
the
Yeah.
ammonia, the ammonia that's in that room,
Yes, it's
right?
so strong. It's so
Couldn't breathe
strong.
after like a minute or so.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So when I go in there, I put a mask because sometimes we cannot breathe in there. It's just very difficult. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So you have to protect
I
yourself.
did
Yeah.
some walking inside of it instead of just like
Right.
standing in one spot. So I think
Standing there.
walking was a little bit easier. Yeah. No, it was cool.
Hmm.
I was filming in there too. So it was nice to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the ways how here in Nicaragua we also do and process tobacco for wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the fastest way to elaborate the tobacco colors to where it wants to be from the aging, right? And so if you want to have it a little darker, like a light, medium, or dark, we put them in that room because it helps it evaporate it with the humidity.
Yeah.
It's a,
No,
it's a, it's a cool
absolutely.
room. But the problem with that is you can't breathe in there for more than 2 minutes. It gets
Yeah,
crazy. But
it's definitely the humidity is definitely crazy. But with him having one of the first people to have the machine first, and then giving it to Oliva, and then slowly after that, more and more people starts to get the machine. So it's definitely cool.
it's been around for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and this is how all the big guys process some of the tobacco. We buy on big companies here in Nicaragua, and they have that room. It's a must, and for all the processors of wrapper, when
Mm-hmm.
they ship containers of Ecuadorian tobacco here, Ecuadorian wrapper, it goes through that process.
True.
It's a very. I recommend if you haven't been there for your followers or anybody, if you guys haven't been in the factory and if you haven't been in that room, it's a must. You have to go.
Yeah, it
So I think they
is.
should visit with you. They should go to a Ladino, or I think they should come to Nicaragua so you can check out the wonderful experience. So what else did you get from visiting the factory over there?
Say it again. I'm sorry. The camera was messed up a little bit. Say that one more
What el-
time.
what else, what else did you catch from visiting the factories in Honduras?
Oh my gosh. Like I did 6 episodes from being at the factory.
Oh wow,
So much. I
nice.
mean, it's the tobacco planter machine, like watching the folks actually plant the
Right.
tobacco. It's like for me, I just like being in the middle of the moment. So even though I
Right.
was filming it, it was like, okay, I had to stop filming for a moment and actually like watch it in person and ask questions and
Yeah.
really
Right.
like talk to the folks who were actually doing it. So it was an incredible experience. I mean, out of all the factories I've been to, I would say that one and Davidoff probably the two that I'm like, yeah, this is great. It makes me want to move.
That is so cool. So you went to Davidoff in Dominican Republic?
Yes, I did. I did the field tour in the Dominican Republic.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful.
Hmm.
I think the experience in visiting any cigar factory and cigar warehouse processing center, those are wonderful experiences. And if you're passionate about cigars and tobacco, I think that's the way to go. And I
Yeah,
think that's going to
absolutely.
help boost your students and the people who follow you. I think you did a great job. But let me tell you something. Now you got to come to Nicaragua.
Okay. Yeah. I'm all for
You
it. I
got
definitely want to come to Nicaragua for
so
sure.
I'm standing. I don't know if I can flip my camera here. I don't think I can flip my camera. But here, let me just flip the. Can I flip the camera, brother?
Yeah, you should be able to,
I don't think so. Right?
but you may have to just turn your phone around. Nope. Looks like we lost Art there for a second. Yeah.
How do yeah. Hold on. Am I back?
No, you're frozen. There you go.
Am I from?
There you go. You're back.
I like I like to smoke with my humidor in front of my humidor. So here's Charlie. He's protecting the cigars, and then here's our humidor. Check that out. So this is what you guys are seeing is Segovia's Desfeliz cigars.
Wow.
All cigars. Can you see
Hmm.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
It's a little delayed, but I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Go figure. You'd have connection issues in a jungle.
Yeah.
Out there. And it looks like Joe's dropping some hints on some things that may be coming from Segovia
Oh,
in the
really?
chat. Oh yeah, yeah. Mm. Joe giving some hints.
here's some. All right, I'm back. Can you guys see me?
We hear you. Don't see you
There
quite
you go.
yet. There you go.
I lost you guys for a minute. All right, so check it out. So I know you guys were talking about ASP 1014. I mean, Sanj Patel. Well, guess who made these?
Yeah, we saw. I put your comment up in the chat there when you were talking about you manufacture them for them. That's awesome.
We made the silver from, and of course, I blended them. I also made these. You guys, all these right here.
Oh, we got the jungle delay. That's what I call it.
Jungle delay.
Yeah, when I get manufacturers on
These are the. Oh,
from
can you hear
Honduras
me?
and Nicaragua, I call it the jungle delay.
I can hear
Can you
you
guys hear me?
now.
Yeah, I hear you now.
You see me?
The
Yeah,
video's a little
yeah. The video's
Can you see the?
delayed and a bit choppy there.
it's a bit delayed.
Oh, all right. Check it out.
You mean Casa 1910
See that?
too? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. We made the Calvary edition,
Okay.
which is the one with the green label.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we got these are my cigars here.
The Habano Oscuro is one of the greatest cigars ever manufactured.
Thank you, brother. We got the box spreads, the Oscuro, and then next year we're releasing the Toro 6 by 54, and we're releasing my beautiful Lanceros. Where they at? Let
Oh,
me get
that's
some of these
great.
Lanceros right here.
Congrats.
Right here. Look at that. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that.
That's nice.
I like smoking Lanceros after I have dinner.
Yeah,
Then I
Lanceros are
got some
great.
of my old boxes. And then here's some of my old boxes from my old brand, still selling in Europe, and T West Chile.
Okay.
Very cool.
That is
So I like
cool.
to have fun over here. So I come to my factory. Right now, there's no workers, only my security guard and I. And I like to smoke cigars. I enjoy my cigars at the end of the day when nobody's here because I get to enjoy them the way they really are. So here's my
Mhm.
production room.
Wow.
How many rollers do you have?
Right now, we only got 15, but next year we're gonna have 25.
Okay. Do you have like an academy that they go through before they start rolling?
Most of my people already have experience. I don't have the academy because I'm not a big guy that has that capacity. But eventually I will.
Yeah,
Here's my
eventually.
here's my lobby right here,
Yeah.
Tabacalera Segovias, and then there's my security guard hanging out.
Hey.
Yeah, and then we try to do cool things and put little pictures of me right there, stuff like that. And this is what I do, guys. This is all I do for a living. I've been doing this with the factory for about 5 years. Here's
Oh,
my
that's
little
great.
office. Here's my little office right here. And
Cool.
so here we drink a lot. So I got to test some cigars, some new blends that I made. I got new cigars coming out right now. We made cigars for Jake White Cigars, and then we made some cigars for Hiram and Solomon Cigars coming out too.
Okay.
So
Good.
those are being released next year. But our Segovias are going to come out full blown next year.
Okay. At
And
PCA or before PCA?
I think before PCA, for PCA, we're going to release a new line of cigars called the Executive,
Okay.
which is my artist name when I was a young artist with signed with the major label.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was in the
Cool.
music industry for a few years,
Oh,
and
well, that's
I
cool.
started. I started as an artist, and then I became a record executive. I was part of the Mexican regional music that came out, in the early 2000s,
Hmm.
and so we did a lot of that, and then we did Latin, and then we did tropical music like bachata music. I worked with other bachateros. Romeo Santos is one of them. But then I devoted my life to the cigar, to making
Yeah.
cigars, And I tell people, I don't know if you guys read my comments, but I always try to keep it real and be straightforward. And,
Hmm.
and that's something that I admire from my friend Skip from Roma Craft.
Skip's
And so,
great.
yeah, that's a crazy guy, man. I love that guy. And but we gotta keep it real in this industry. There's a lot of need to try and share. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna hook you up, brother. Smoke my ass. What's up, my brother? We have to be organic. I
Hmm.
think the industry needs to be organic, and we need people like yourself that are coming to factories, right? You're exploring the factories. You want to learn. That tells me that there's a lot of passion behind,
Hmm.
and that's all that matters. If you have passion, I want to sit down and have a cigar with you because at the end of the day, I'm not. I personally myself, I'm not in this for the money.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
you
I'm in
can't be in
this.
the cigar industry for money anyway.
No, I'm in this because I want to leave a legacy when I move
Right.
forward. You know what I mean? When I move on,
Absolutely.
and I want to be able to grow something that inspired me since I was a young kid. I've been smoking cigars since I was 15 years old,
Wow.
and the cigar was given to me by my grandfather, and then 6 months later, after he gave me my first cigar, he passed away.
Oh,
So
so
that
sorry to
legacy,
hear
that
loss.
legacy stick with me. I'm like, yo, I gotta do this. So when I made
Hmm.
a little money and back in when I was 20 years old, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get in this industry.
Hmm.
And look, I've been in this industry now over 10 years. It's been hard. It's not easy.
Hmm.
Like I'm sure with yourself, with your school and everything you got going on, it's not easy doing what you do.
Yeah, it's not, especially being full time. Like, it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. The
and then
impact is more important.
you have to invest in going to factories, traveling out of the country. That's
Hmm.
money that we don't recover.
Right.
So when you speak about this, it fuels me to make more cigars for people like yourself because I could feel your passion.
Hmm.
So when I ask you questions, I wanted to feel you. I'm like, man,
Oh
this girl's
yeah,
really out there.
absolutely.
You know
I
what I mean?
mean, ask me all the questions you want. Like I think it's important that we're able to also regurgitate and actually feel the moment again. Like when we were talking
Absolutely.
about Honduras, I was like thinking about, like, I had the picture in my head, like, oh man, that was such a great time. Like, you know what I mean? It really was.
And
Yeah.
and that's how it is in our industry here. It's all about love. It's all about the passion, the communication, the monetary, the money. It's not even a subject. You know what I mean? It's about us sitting down and enjoying a good cigar and getting to know each other.
True. Very true.
That's why I got in the industry. Even though there's some knuckleheads out there who, they try to twist things like what we were talking about earlier, you and I, my
Mhm.
brother. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you don't have passion for what you do, then why do it?
Right. So true.
You know what I mean? So I just
Life
want to
is
give
too
you
short.
exactly. I want to congratulate you,
Thank
uh,
you.
Michelle. I wanna give you the thumbs up. I
Thank
think you
you.
should continue doing what you do, and if I could help you in any way, my doors are always open for you.
Thank you.
And for you too, my brother.
Of course, man. I love what you do. I love what you stand for, and of course, you know how much I love your cigars, man.
Thank you,
That
brother.
that that first puff of the Oscuro, man. You can ask Joe because Joe was standing right next to me when I lit that up and puffed it, and I started drooling all
Really?
over. Oh yeah, I started drooling this after the first puff, and I go, no way, man, this is
Oh my
so
gosh.
good. Oh
I don't
yeah,
know that I've ever had your cigars, Art.
Oh man, you gotta try them.
you got it.
So
Mm.
do you have, which stores you have on the East Coast, like in the Northeast, like Virginia, DC, Maryland, PA?
So I gotta be honest with you. We don't have any stores over there right now.
Okay.
We did at one point, but this year we focus not in sales. It's
Okay.
funny because somebody was asking me today. A friend of mine came over. Arnold, how the fuck are you making money? I said, I'm not.
Mm.
So what you mean? I said, look, I got $4 million sitting down right there, just sitting down, aging. And it's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. People call me crazy because I like to age my cigars.
As you should.
That cigar you smoke, brother. When I gave it to you, I think it was when back in
At 2023 at PCA.
2023. That cigar was 4 years old when he smoked it.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
it was so
So
good.
we made that cigar in 2020, 2021. The whole production. So you got a batch that was almost 4 years old at that time. The
Mm-hmm.
tobacco when we got the tobacco, it was 3 years old. And a lot of 90% of all my tobacco I bought in Agranosa,
Mm-hmm.
at the pre industry here. And a lot of tobacco, all my tobacco is grade A tobacco. So when I buy tobacco, I don't care if I pay more for it, but I
You
just
just
want
want the
that
good
aged
stuff.
raw tobacco,
Yeah.
right? And so I was lucky enough to get some good tobacco at that time. It was already aged, and we made these fabulous cigars, man. These Robusto Habanos, man. Let me tell you, man. And the box press. You didn't smoke the box press?
I did. I did smoke the box press too. You
Wait
you
till you
get you
smoke
gave
the
me
new
a you
ones.
gave me you gave me a whole line of them, and it was so good. And I was telling everybody after PCI, I'm like, who are like, yeah, I got this, but I'm like, dude, you got to light that up right now. It will be the best cigar you smoke all year. I guarantee
That's
it.
what people said. That's what people
It
said,
was,
man.
yeah, by far, yeah.
Love that.
It was. I mean, there's a reason why it was my cigar of the year for 2023. It was that good. It was that good.
Hey, man, little culture say cigar is worth the cigar. Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. So, something that I admire from one of my greatest people that I admire, which is Carlito Fuente, right? And not
Love
because he has a
Carlito.
big name or anything like that. I
Mm-hmm.
really love his family.
His heart.
I follow everything. But you gotta understand, they've been doing this for over 100 years. And
Mm-hmm.
and when Don Carlos, his father, rest in peace,
Mm-hmm.
I remember I sit down with him at IPCPR in 2015 in New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, was my first show in
Wow.
2015. And he says, Artie, if I can give you some advice, this is going to be the advice I'm going to give you. I said, what is it, Don Carlos? He says, never rush the hands of times.
Yeah, that's so
And that
true.
stuck with me. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, back then I didn't have a factory. You know, I was making cigars at another factory here in Esteli. Um, I did have my own team working inside that factory, but it's not like you own the factory, right?
Right.
But it hit me. I said, well, wait a minute here. What is he talking about? But I didn't understand that until I opened my factory in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And so the factory, we got it in 2020, but we built everything from scratch inside the factory. Tables, production tables. I mean, everything. I
Mm-hmm.
painted. I mean, there's pictures out of my Facebook account. I think if you scroll back, there's pictures of me inside the factory painting, helping the murals, painting the mural outside. I was when we had the tables, I was sanding the tables. I mean, we did all the work. But then it hit me when I made my first batch of cigars back then. What Don Carlos told me.
Oh,
Sign.
yeah.
Never rush the hands of times.
That it stands true, and it stands true for a lot of other things in life outside of cigars too. To not rush, but I think that the quality of what you put out and
One second.
the quality of the cigar that you have speaks for itself. I honestly feel you could put your cigars toe to toe with anybody who says XYZ brand is the best out there, and yours would beat them hands down,
I
man.
appreciate you, bro. And to me, I think every cigar is a great cigar. One second, I have my girl calling me. I just gotta answer her real quick. She'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I say, "Hold on, I'm doing a live video." She's gonna be like, "Well, you didn't have anything, you didn't have any live videos that I know of." Amor, es que estoy en una videollamada con un grupo de fumadores en el otro teléfono. Estoy en una videollamada en el otro teléfono, no te puedo contestar. ¿Qué pasó? Dale, pues. Bueno. All right. All she wanted to do is check up on me. So, anyways, she probably wants to bring me dinner because I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah.
That's
And so,
important. It's good to have somebody like that. Always try to make sure you eat.
you can't be smoking and no food in there, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to smoking, and I want before when I was immature in the smoking business, I would throw up, two, three cigars without food. I'd be like, "Ah."
Mm-mm.
But
You gotta eat. You
now my
gotta
body
eat.
is used to smoking cigars. Yeah, and so that's the beautiful thing about not rushing it. So my cigars are
I'm looking forward
age,
to trying it.
and people are like, "Oh, you should try them." There's people
I
out
gotta
there that
find
have
them
my
online.
cigars. If you go to martelcigars.com, and if he doesn't have them, say, "Hey man, I need to buy cigars. What's up? Where you at?"
Uh,
But next year we're bringing in a whole entire team of account managers, and
Hmm.
Midwest is going to be one that we're going to hit hard.
Okay.
So all the stores you mentioned and your side of town, they're gonna get hit by Segovias next year.
Okay,
Uh,
good. I'm looking forward to it.
but
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm gonna
I'm in
do is
Virginia.
beautiful, perfect.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is, if you could, my boy, if you could send her my contact info, my email address, if you have it,
mhm.
or just a private messenger, send me your address and your phone numbers, and I'm gonna send you guys some samples.
Oh, you're
Sure.
so sweet. Thank you so
Because I'm
much.
I'm sending
Thank
out
you.
Christmas samples to all my friends
Thank
this year.
you.
Oh,
Thank you so
thank you.
much.
Mhm.
Thank you. Yeah, man. You do an amazing job and amazing
Thank
work.
you.
And every time I smoke something from yours, it takes me right back to that first time when I lit that
Right.
up on the floor there in Las Vegas, where I'm like, man, I just knew that first puff, there was something special about what I was
Right.
smoking. And I don't get that feeling from a lot of cigars out there, but I got that from yours, where I just knew it was different. There was something special about what you were manufacturing, and I think that gets lost in a lot of people out there. They get complacent, they get tunnel vision, and they forget
Yeah.
that this is supposed to be fun and relaxing, and
Mhm.
you should have something that that it should take you back to some place great and amazing in your life. You should have that good feeling when you light up,
Absolutely.
and
So
I get that.
hold on, hold on. That's Nicaragua, guys. Actually, you're always gonna hear that shit. Sirens, kind of crazy shit over here. So Ash just posted that Mardo has a few left.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. MardoCigars.com. Beautiful. That sounds cool, man. I like that. Cool. We gotta keep it alive, guys. We gotta keep it alive. We need everybody's support. You know what I mean?
Everybody's support.
You know, I've been hitting. You know, I mean, here in Nicaragua making cigars. I don't go out and I'm not out there, and I haven't done videos in a long time. This is my first video of the year, actually. I think.
Well, I'm glad you jumped on.
It was nice to meet you.
Nice to
You and
meet
I
you
were
too,
having a
Michelle.
conversation over on Facebook earlier, and
Oh
I
yeah.
brought that up as one of the first questions because your comment there piqued my interest, and it's been something that some people have talked about, but I thought, well, since I got two people who industry people on, let me pick their brains on what they thought about it, because I kind of your sentiments were a lot of the same as what a lot of other manufacturers were, and so I was like, well, let me see what the Miguel and Mechelle thought about that as well, and
Well, I'm just gonna tell you like it is. Boutique Cigar Association, when it first got created, before it even became the name BCA, Kathy hit me up. Says, "Hey man, I'm thinking of putting together something for all boutiques, blah blah blah. Can I count on you?" And I said, "Bro, let me tell you something. If it's about boutiques and helping brands, helping manufacturers like myself, count me in. You got my support." And so basically, I helped him structure a lot of things.
Mhm.
But then
Oh,
he
I'm
put to,
sorry. I gotta head out.
oh,
So
okay.
sorry.
all
So
right, no
It's good to
worries.
Mechelle,
see you.
thank
I hope
you.
you guys have a good rest of the night. I'm so sorry to cut you off. I just want to make sure I say that. Goodbye.
All
See
right.
All
y'all.
right, see you
Hey,
later.
send me a message
Bye.
on Facebook. Talk to you
I
later.
will. Thank you so
You
much.
got it.
The great Michelle Murkison from Cigars with M, my work wife.
Woo! There you go. It's a very crazy subject, man, when it comes down to VCA and how they fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And it all happened because of ego. You know, I supported VCA to the fullest. You've seen all the marketing I did for those guys,
Yeah.
free marketing. I invested a lot of money in VCA with the pavilions. You know, every trip to the pavilion cost me $15,000, bro, plus. And when they decided to have boards of directors, and they didn't at least consider me to be one of them, it really pissed me off. But then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna support, you know. So then the VCA pavilion thing happened. I was not excited about it, but because I was a member and I wanted to support smaller manufacturers, smaller brands, I said, listen, I'm gonna have my factory supported. And then we got the booth, we paid the money, and everybody paid the money. And then I found out that Kathy and the other guy, Armin, didn't pay for their booth. It was free for them. And that
Well,
pissed me off.
yeah, the whole pavilion was marketed as you're going to be right up front. As soon as everybody walks through the door, they're going to see the pavilion. You're going to get a ton of foot traffic. And
That's
that
right.
then that became, well, now we're in the very back by the food court nobody utilizes.
And we were all the way in the back, and then we picked our booth. And then when we came to the booth, they put us all the way in the back. They put me all the way in the back. and I lost customers, I lost sales because nobody wanted to walk all the way back there.
No, and most people didn't know it was back there. There was no signage saying anything. They didn't promote it. Retail shops I talked to that are BCA affiliated retail shops had no clue that it was even going on.
And
They
then
just most that went back there, they just happened to stumble back there. It wasn't like they were
and
on a
and, and,
mission.
and then the people who signed up first, we were put in the back, like all the way in the back,
Yeah,
like not even where the pavilion in the front was. But who was always in the front?
yeah,
Those two people, those two characters.
yeah. I,
And
I
then
didn't.
I had an incident with the retailer in Texas, which has nothing to do with me. It wasn't my fault. It was something to do with the distributor I had at that time. And then Cafe called me out on it and put me like the bad guy. And then he asked me to pay that guy their money back. Plus, they took all my cigars. Then he said, "Fuck those guys. We're not going to do business with them. We're going to blacklist them." I said, "You don't have to do that, but whatever." So like, no, no, don't worry. We're not going to do business with them. And all of a sudden, a month later, that guy's taking pictures with that retailer and putting his cigars at his store and didn't back up his members or support or help his members in any way. Right? Okay, that's fine. So then we did a second pavilion, and that was even worse than the first year.
Yeah, I saw that, and most of those most of those brands decided they were if they were going to invest that kind of money, they were just going to invest it to be on the floor and more than likely have a better location.
So then guess what happened? After I known Cafe all these years, I told Cafe and I told Armin something that really pissed me off right there is that these guys started giving trophies and awards to people they don't even deserve it, bro. And people who did all the work and put in the work and invested money in their booth, we didn't get shit. So then I was really upset. And I told Cafe and I told Armin, I said, you know what, this is my last year. I'm still going to be a member of BCA, of course, but this is my last year at the pavilion. And you know what they did a week after? They kicked me out of VCA.
I'm not shocked. I did a couple of interviews and I gave my take personally on my experience from that 2023 pavilion, and it it caused a big firestorm to out there. Where I heard from numerous people that at the next board meeting, because of stuff I brought up, brands were bringing that stuff up at the meetings as well, and that it sounded like Caffey was ready to put a hit out on me because I have my comments, because I was honest in my assessment. This is what I saw. Look, I was there with a brand, so I appreciate the opportunity to be there with a brand, but now, as a member of the media, I owe an obligation to just not consumers, but to retailers and other brands. This is what I saw that I didn't like. And I think
Yeah.
somebody needs to explain what happened to all this money? What happened to all these promises that were out there and made? Because I didn't see it. You didn't promote this properly. You didn't tell people where this was at. The location moved twice. The location of the pavilion moved, and it got worse each time it moved out there. So what are you doing? What
There's
are you
a
doing?
there's a girl named Kathy that was doing all those, social media websites for him and helped him build the website and everything. And at the end of the day, she didn't even get paid, bro.
Yeah, Kathy's a good person. She's a good woman.
And there's a lot of things like that that happened with several brands who hit me up. At the end of the day, bro, listen, God bless Cafe and his family. God bless his business. God bless his cigar company. I wish him the best, right? But this move he made was totally not unethical and not professional. And it came down to the facts is that they were using this vehicle to promote themselves
Mm-hmm.
and help grow themselves and not little brands come trying to come up. And so it is what it is. And there's a saying that whatever starts the wrong way is gonna finish the wrong way. And so it crashed. It crashed because nobody care about BCA no more because they seen the truth. What Kathy should have done, he should have just backed off, and he should have put people on the board that are not brands. He should have removed himself as the president and made himself, a board member, but have other people with different ideas, different mentalities run this like a real
Yes, like a real
association.
organization out there. Yeah,
Right. And
you
so,
have no media people on the board that can provide you with that insight on what you need to do, marketing and media and promotion on there. You had Caffey and all of his friends that were running the show, and everybody else you were just kind of left out there because at the end of the day, it all came down to him. And that's what I didn't like because
so
all the traffic I saw out there was all him. It wasn't spread out. He wasn't
right.
going and going, "Hey, this is my friend John who owns such and such lounge in so and so place."
It
It
was supposed
was,
to help.
yeah, you're supposed
It
to be
was
helping.
supposed to
Instead, it
help.
was, "Oh, yeah, this is my friend. Oh, by the way, here's my other friend over here who's also
Here's
on
the
the."
other problem. All the retailers the BCA got only purchase from their little circle. They didn't
Mhm.
purchase for the rest of the members.
Yeah,
And they didn't want to support any of our brands.
yeah. It
So,
sucked. I just didn't like it. The whole feeling of the everything behind it was just it seemed wrong.
so you know what? God bless him, bro. That's what I can say.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
goes around comes around, brother.
it does.
Let me tell you. And he stopped being a doctor, like he says, and comes a doctor for a reason.
Yes, it was,
And everybody knows that reason.
and everybody knows that reason why. And
And if you guys don't believe me,
you Google. It's
Google
a
his mugshot
Google
in Miami
Google.
or Florida.
You can you can read all about it. The entire indictment is available for your viewing pleasure.
And it sucks, man. It takes away all the credibility. But you know what?
It does, but you see, he has that hanging over him, and then you see how the organization was ran, and it makes total sense because there's almost no difference from what he was guilty of on that part to how the BCA was ran as an organization. It's almost step by step exactly the same.
We were just paying his bills, bro. That's what it was at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
So yeah, I mean,
And if
I
I
just
and if I'm wrong, I apologize. Show me proof. I
I,
want to know where all the money from the BCA went to and how they got it distributed and spent.
I'm just saying as a member of the media out there that is a recognized member of the media within the PCA as well. I bring these things up because the questions don't get answered, and the fact being that at a board meeting when you were questioned about this stuff, you sidestepped it. So
And whoever was against him, he deleted them.
yes,
He kicked them out of the of
you booted them
BCA.
out, and then I hear that you basically are trying to put a hit out on me. Then I see an email from your attorney to one of the shows I was on demanding that my interview be removed. And I'm like, for what?
What attorney was this? Frank?
All I saw was a screenshot of this email demanding that the interview be removed off of all platforms. And I'm like, for what? For speaking the truth?
Mhm.
I go,
It's called
sue,
free speech. Is in
sue
the
me then. Sue me then. If what I said was wrong, then sue me. On top of that, I also was I was only providing a personal opinion and my own personal account of what I saw. I didn't say that any of this was true. I just said it was my personal feeling and what I saw with my own eyes.
Well, everything we're talking about is our personal opinion because we lived it.
But yes,
We
we
we were
lived it.
there.
I saw it. I saw it firsthand. You know, I'm just at. All I'm saying is, if I'm wrong, okay, I'll admit that I'm wrong, and I will say that
But
I'm
look,
wrong. But
in the next 5 years, brother, we'll see where he stands.
yeah, I'm not worried one bit. I'm not worried one bit because you had something good there that I thought was going to be something that was good, that was going to work hand in hand with the other lobbying industries. I thought you had something there that could increase the presence out there among smaller brands. And somehow you took something good and a good idea and you found a way to screw it up because
That's,
it was
that
mismanaged and
is
misran.
mess. It was just mismanaged, ego driven system they put out. And look, if he ever wants to sell VCA, the name and the trademark, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Like I think that in the right hands with the right people, it could be fantastic.
Absolutely, brother. And we could help our little brothers
Yeah, you know.
grow in this industry and not struggle like we did when we first started.
Yes,
You
you
know,
know.
it's been a struggle for me. Still struggle now. I had to step on through a lot of rocks to be where I'm at. I had to learn. I got sued by a big company. I came out of it, and all I do is try to live in peace and have fun. But when I see bullshit like that, I'm gonna call it out because that's what it is.
Yes,
You know what I
and
mean?
that's what it
So
is.
to close it, God bless him. God bless his business, and I hope he does things right.
Yes, yes,
Not
exactly.
try to sell samplers online from BCA.
Yes, and I don't know, maybe come up with some original blends instead of factory seconds.
The guy's a hustler, man. He's trying to hustle,
Of
and there's
course,
nothing wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with hustling, but you're kind of not giving truth out there by
Yeah,
saying you have your own brand, but then you're I'm not saying that every brand that manufactures with other brands does that, but when you talk to the big honcho who's like, oh yeah, no, only one of them is an original brand, the rest are just seconds they slaps a band on.
absolutely, brother. Absolutely,
you
man.
know
But
yeah, hustle's great, man, and having that hustle out there and getting it, it's there. And
hustle and flow, but
I've
hustle and flow the right way without hurting other people.
that's right, and I've had many brands on who, when they started, they hustled. Yeah, man, I was buying factory seconds and rejects, slapping a band on it. But then I started making money, and then I found a factory, and I'm worked with that factory, and now everything I put out is my own. It's mine. I do it, but I had to hustle. I had to hustle to get that money to do it at first. I'm not
So,
proud of it, but I don't.
so
I also don't hide it.
for all the small brands out there who wants to find a real legit factory, not a third party, come to me. We'll make you some exceptional cigars.
The best. You won't. You won't. And
Well, thank you, brother.
if you've
But
not had the
I'll make
Habano
sure their
Oscuro,
cigars are good as my cigars because I don't want to put anything out there that is not good.
yes,
And I think my proven record, what I cigars that I made for other brands out there, it speaks for itself. Go smoke any of the SP 1014 Silver. Go smoke any of the Fosforo Limitadas. Go smoke the Jake White new cigar from Nicaragua about to drop. Go smoke any of uh, the Hiram Solomon cigars about to drop next year. Go smoke any of my Segovias. Go smoke any of the Casa 1910 Calvary Edition cigars, the green label. And you know what I'm talking about. I like to keep it real. I don't like to bullshit. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're not going to sugarcoat it, put real raw tobacco. We're going to balance the cigar, blend it the right way. And I guarantee you're going to have a great cigar to sell for the next 20 years. But you got to do it the right way. You can't cut shortcuts. You can't go around shit. You can't bullshit people. You can't Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
I mean, yeah.
If I make you a cigar, don't say that tobacco's 15 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't bullshit people, man.
Just be
I hate
honest.
that.
Be honest.
Just be honest,
Be
man. You know
honest.
what I mean?
That's the best business model.
It is, bro. And you know what? If you have a clean conscience, when you go to sleep, you're gonna have a good sleep. You're not
Yes.
gonna have all this bullshit behind your brain talking about, hey, you just bullshit, man. Keep it. Look, when you keep it real, people love you, man. That's it. Bottom line.
You got to keep it real, and
Yeah.
you know, look, I have spent the last 6 years marketing and promoting small and boutique brands. Some over the last 6 years have blown up and have gotten big.
Yeah.
Others have stayed small, but I've not variated off of where I believe in, because the vast majority of my 25 years I've smoked, that's what I've smoked. And I believe in it.
Absolutely.
And I want to give that love to those brands out there that need it, that need that want
Absolutely.
that promotion. I want to showcase what you have. I
It's
want to
like
bring your story out there to the people.
there was on the post when you posted, there was this guy trying to belittle our name and belittle the boutique cigars, right? And I told him straight out, I said, listen, about 70% of all cigars that were members of the BCA, they have amazing cigars. And so I think the force of this industry is going to be boutique
It is.
because we make good cigars. It doesn't matter what boutique company out there. If you're out there hustling and grinding, doing the right things, in the next 5 years, we're going to be a strong force in this industry. So
Of course.
let's
I tell
support not just Segovias, but let's support all boutique brands.
yes.
Let's
I,
support all newcomers with the dream because we all started with the dream. We all started with passion. We all started with trying to change the game. And so that's what it's all about, brother, helping each other out. That's what we're brothers of the leaf.
yes.
You know what I
And
mean?
it's out there. And again, you're not mass producing a million cigars out there.
Well,
You
I might be making a little more, but
well,
not just for me, for other people as
but
well.
for other people, but for you yourself
Right,
as a
right.
personal brand, you're not out there mass producing a million cigars out
Yeah.
there. You know, you are man, you're putting out, and because you're not mass producing and you're making small quantities, your ability to obtain higher quality tobacco that the other brands don't want, because they just want that. They just want they want mass leaves for mass production, and you're not there, so you're getting that higher quality, and you can taste that quality, the
We
higher
get
quality tobacco. You can taste the age. That's what makes your cigars so good, is that I
we
can
get
taste the difference.
we get good tobacco, brother. It's called grade A tobacco.
Yes, you get it, you
And
can taste it. It's
and
there.
sometimes if we get lucky, we'll find a 2 year old, 3 year old tobacco. But even if it's 1 year, but as long as it's well fermented and well cured, it's perfect. Uh, you want to make sure the tobacco doesn't lose the essence in the leaf.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And everything you put out is consistent, and it's
Yeah,
consistently fantastic.
appreciate that, brother.
I have not had a bad cigar from you. I when people ask me about, this is the type of cigar I like, I I I always drop your brand in there.
I
I'm
think,
like,
bro. Appreciate you,
I
man.
because you have a brand I believe in,
Thank you.
and that's
So
just straightforward.
send me your info. We're gonna do a little Christmas package for all our influencers and friends from the industry who are in media, and then we're gonna send you a nice little package.
I appreciate it. I will
All
get that.
right.
I will
I don't
get
know
that
when
up.
it's gonna get there because it's still here in Nicaragua, but I'm gonna try to get them as soon as possible.
It is. They are. It will get to me when it gets to me, or you could just hand it to me in New Orleans in
But
April.
if anybody wants to buy some boxes, I have some boxes available in the states. I only got one box, which is my Robusto Maduro, and I could definitely help you guys out and get those cigar boxes to you direct to your house. All right. So
Tony
if any,
Tony here's dropping down a question for you. He asked, "Do you smell test the batch? Bad smell, no buy. Correct?"
look, I'll give you an example. When you grab a cigar like this one here, when you grab a cigar, you spark it up. It hasn't been light, so this was already lighted, right? But when you have a new cigar, the first thing you want to do is you want to weight the cigar in your hand, and then if it's real light, you might have a overflow draw, and when it's nice and tight, you might have a tight draw. But if it's mid-size, then you know you can have a good draw, right? So you cut it, and then you with your mouth you just go, and there's air coming out, then it's a good draw. Then when you spark it up and you start doing the, you know, what do you guys call it? When you like
Toasting
the
the
little
foot.
toast. When you start toasting your cigar, if the tobacco, if the aroma, it tastes like shit, smells like shit, then you might want to throw that away. It's not a good cigar. But if you spark it up, and all of a sudden you get this aroma that makes you want to just, lick the cigar, eat it, because it tastes so delicious, then that's when you know you're going to smoke a premium, good cigar, and you're not going to regret it. But if it smells like shit, it's not a good cigar. Now that happens because it's raw tobacco inside. It ain't cured right. It ain't processed right. And then when you spark it up and you feel the scents inside your mouth, and you could taste the buzz, right? You could taste the leaf, the tobacco. And if it leaves you a bad harsh here in your throat, throw it away. It's a bad cigar. And that's how you know if it's a good batch or a bad batch.
Yeah,
Now,
and
this is an artisanal product. So, for example, us, we get some rejects, right? And it's not because they're bad, the aroma's bad, or no. The tobacco's good. The problem is sometimes because they're artisanal product, it might be the draw. You might have a draw problem. So what we do is we go through our quality control. And how do we do that? We weight the cigar, and then the cigar overweights the weight that we have on that cigar. Then we just put it to the side, and then we'll make it a segundo. We'll call it seconds. And that's how we know when they're good draws or bad draws. Hey, no problem, Tony. We're here for you, brother. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Tabacalera Segovias or Segovias de Estelí Cigars. And then when you follow those two pages on Instagram, you could also follow my personal page, Mr. underscore Art underscore Garcia.
yeah, you know, I think that was a good question, Tony. With that, there's, the I agree that, you know that I know immediately from one off of the cold draw whether or not I'm gonna have issues with the cigar draw wise. I can tell
Right.
immediately. And then off the smells not even lit, just smell in the foot, I can tell immediately
Right.
whether the cigar is going to be good or bad. And then that aroma coming off of the toasting. If I start toasting the foot, all right, I know, okay, this is going to be good.
Absolutely.
Yep. And then that first puff as I'm lighting, that you toss it, or okay, let's roll with it.
But here's the
You
cool
can, your
thing.
senses, your body, your senses will tell you immediately whether or not
Right.
that's going to be a good cigar or not. And you
And the
can,
cool thing about my cigars or any of the cigars that I make for any other brands is you're not going to have that problem of a bad cigar with the aroma, with the flavor. It ain't going to happen. If you do
the
get a problem with the draw, maybe there's a cigar that slipped off, but it happens to everyone.
it
It's
does.
an, it's an,
It's a
it's an,
handmade product.
it's a handmade product.
It's a handmade
And so,
product. You know,
absolutely. But
you.
anyways, guys, I have to let you guys go. I got to get back to work here. I got to finish some stuff. But it was nice talking to you, brother.
I appreciate it, Art. Thanks for coming on, man. I
Hey, man,
appreciate you,
thank you,
brother. Thank
brother.
you so much.
Let's chop it up soon, all right? Peace
Yes, yes,
out.
sir. You got
You
it.
got it. Bye-bye.
Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you to the great Art Garcia of Segovias de Esteli. Of course, thank you to Miguel Rodriguez of the Bakersfield Gentlemen, and
Miguelito, man, that's the man right there, man. He's moving
that's
to
it.
Washington, he said, right?
Yeah, he's going to Washington.
Man, let me just real quick, let me say something about Miguel, man. when Frankie passed away, bro. It hurt me so much.
It hurt me too, man.
Frankie was going to be one of our reps. He was going to be an account manager for us in Texas. And Frankie was moving to Texas to be my rep out there. And for some reason or another, we couldn't connect because they didn't make it to Texas. Shit happened. Their car broke down. He went through a lot of stress. Stress is a painkiller. So whatever you guys do, guys out there, don't stress over bullshit. Don't stress over money. Shit happens. Let it happen. Who cares? Fix it later. But don't stress, man. Frankie passed away, man. He left a legacy, and we want to be able to keep that legacy alive. And so I'm gonna hook up with Frankie one of these days, and I'm gonna hook up with Miguel one of these days, and see if we could do something special for Frankie.
Yeah, I think a lot of us who knew Frankie personally,
Yeah,
that it. I mean, it left a giant hole in my heart. And not in a few weeks later, I lost my dad a few weeks later, and it was
I'm
just,
sorry to hear that, bro. I
it
didn't know.
was a, that was a tough few months
Good night, Ash.
out there. But yeah, Frankie is a solid dude. Well, he was one of the best guys I ever had the opportunity to meet,
God
and one
bless
of the
his soul,
nicest guys.
man. These two kids, bro, they were doing everything out of passion.
Yeah,
They were not making money. They were doing everything out of love for the Leaf. So
yeah.
my respect to Frankie. God bless his soul. My respect to Miguel, and I wish him the best out there. And hopefully we could work together. So, anyways, guys, you guys have a good night. I gotta go. God bless you all. Peace
Thank you,
out.
sir. We will
All
catch
right,
up later.
you got it.
That great art there, and thank you, everybody. This was the last show of the year. We'll be back the first week of January. My top 10 list will drop the first Monday or the last Monday of December. So be on the lookout for that as well. And again, big shout out, big ups to Art from Segovia de Esteli, Miguel Rodriguez from the Bakersfield Gentlemen, and of course, my work wife, the one, the only Mechelle Murkison of Cigars with M out there. I appreciate everybody who hung out. It kind of had to build a show in 3 hours, and I think we had an amazing show tonight. And I appreciate all of you for coming and hanging out and supporting. And, I'll miss you all for the month, but make sure you're following me out over on Instagram because I'll always have stuff going on. Tony, you can pick up the cigars online. Mardo Cigars does carry them currently online. So you can grab Segovias over there. Fantastic. I highly, highly, highly recommend the Habano Oscuro. The Habano Oscuro is fantastic. It was my 2023 cigar of the year. And of course, it is Drool Bucket certified. Joe Ash can attest to that, as he watched me drool one puff in when I lit that up in Las Vegas. It was a fantastic cigar. So yeah, you can buy them online through Mardo. On Lively, good to see you, brother, out there. So yeah, so thanks to everybody. I built this show in 3 hours, having to adapt to my guest canceling with a 3 hour notice. So I think it went really well. And thank you to Miguel and Mechelle for hopping on and helping out. And then big ups to Art, who's calling us from Esteli, out there at the factory, man, in Nicaragua. That was awesome, and got a nice little factory tour on it. Tony, mardocigars.com. If somebody can type that into the chat, I'll put it up there. They do sell Segovias out there. So yeah, it was great. So if anybody has anything that they want to say or anything before I end out the show for the year, and again, I will be back January 5th. Ira Lee from the Boutique Cigar will be back on. He's got some new stuff dropping. I can't wait to talk with Ira. Ira's always got something fantastic going on, so I'm looking forward to him. And again, the last Monday of December, my top 10 list will drop. So you can be on the lookout for that. I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to have a little bet over under the amount of idiots who tell me that they can't find these cigars anywhere and they don't know where they're at. I'm setting it at 12 and a half. 12 and a half. Usually it's about 20. I have faith that people this year will actually pay attention to the video. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Yes, I see some of you guys putting out the laugh there. Yes, 12. It's always, I've never seen these cigars in my local shop. I don't know where to buy them. Are you that dumb? You can't figure this out. I've given you. It's like I have preferred retail shops in my in the link tree there that actually sell these cigars and actually give you a promo code so you can save money to try them out for yourself. I don't know. Maybe you could go to their social media platforms and go to their store locators. I mean, hell, I don't know where to buy these. I'm putting it at 12 and a half. Normally it's about 20 every year. I'm putting it at 12 and a half. If it goes over 12 and a half on that, I'll give something away to somebody. I'll give away something if we go over 12 and a half. But I have faith in humanity this year that I'm not going to get a bunch of dopes in the comment section that take that over. Oh, I believe it, Chris. I believe it, Chris. You seem like that kind of guy. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday season. I will see you all back here in January. Take care. Be safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And as always, everybody, peace out. Oh, my goodness.